Hello, everyone. Let me see if I can help you today with workplace stress. I'm going to give you some top tips that come from the world of our methodology, from getting things done. And those of you who are familiar with getting things done may recognize some greatest hits here from some of the core ideas in the methodology, but I'll try to focus on the things that you can do which are going to help with workplace stress, okay? Number one, be clear what the boundaries are of your own ability to influence and change things. You know, when we do working with clients, coaching, seminars, the various ways that we work with clients, quite often we hear people talk about what gets in the way of their productivity, and they'll list things like, my boss runs inefficient meetings, or people are operating in inefficient ways, and that gets in the way of my ability to be effective and efficient. And there's a great quote from Aristotle that I like to bring in, at this point in the seminar, if I'm running a seminar, which is Aristotle reportedly said that we cannot change the wind, but we can set the sails differently. So the idea behind that is, hey, when it comes to your own productivity, there are certain things you can influence and there are certain things you can't. So if your boss is running really inefficient meetings, well, you might be able to make some suggestions to the boss maybe, but at the end of the day, it may be that you just need to work around that. And if people are, if you're working in an open plan office and people are interrupting you, regularly, again, you can think about the things you can do to set your sails differently, right? You can get out of the office to go work in a quiet space someplace else, but to a certain extent, you may just have to live with that. Okay, so there's a certain level of acceptance, I think, that will be helpful if you're looking to manage your workplace stress. Don't get stressed out by things that you have a limited ability to influence. Tip number 2 comes from, and this really is a greatest hit of getting things done in terms of best practice, but it's something that so many people get wrong, quite frankly. And the guidance is this: stop using your head for 2 different things. Stop using your head for holding on to details, and stop using your head for reminding you, okay? Holding on to details. The human brain is limited in terms of its short-term memory capacity. We've known this since the mid-1950s, and some research that was done back then. So don't keep things in your head. As soon as something occurs to you that you need to do something with or something about, get it out of your head. Whether that involves writing it down, sending yourself a quick email, whatever, get it out of your head. Second, don't count on your head to remind you. Long-term memory in human beings is, some psychologists, will tell you that it's more or less unlimited. I have a hard time getting my head literally around that. But what I would say is, let's just both agree that there's a lot of space in your long-term memory. But the problem with your long-term memory is it's not optimized as a system for reminding. Right? You get reminded about things when you can do nothing about them, right? When you're at home, you're reminded about something you need to discuss with the boss, and the boss is not there with you, and you're not going to be seeing or talking to the boss for maybe quite a long time. When you're at the office in a meeting, or if you're on a Zoom call or a Teams call or something, you might actually get reminded about something that has to do with your personal life, right? So the brain is not built for reminding. So take these 2 ideas: short-term memory is limited, long-term memory, not a great reminder system. And with those 2 ideas, when you boil them down, you come up with the guidance from getting things done, which is don't keep things in your head, okay? Number 1, get things out of your head when you can. If you recognize, again, that there's something there's what we call an open loop there, something that you're going to need to do something about. And secondly, make sure that you're set up in terms of your organizational system, the tools that you use to organize yourself, that you're set up in your organizational system in ways that you can get reminders when it's helpful, right? You're getting ready for a meeting with a boss. Can you look at a list of the things you need to discuss with the boss? If so, great. your organizational system is supporting you well in that moment. Third tip, think about being an advocate for your future self, right? Imagine yourself in the future making your way through your day. You're at home, you're getting ready for work. Maybe you're working from home, so you're going to be at home some more, or maybe you're going to be commuting or on a business trip, or you'll be getting out of the house. Think about, as you make your way through your day, as you think about making your way through your day, think about, how could I best support myself? The future me that's on the train, the future me that's in the meeting this afternoon with the client, the future me that is going to be tomorrow, tomorrow at dinner with friends or with family. That future self, what support does it need? Does it need to do something before that dinner or before that meeting or before that, or on the way in, right, on the train? Is there something that needs to be done? So think about your future self, almost, think about your future self as a client of yours, somebody you're trying to help, and set yourself up so that as far as possible, you are supporting your future self, So again, be an advocate for that person that you are going to be in the future. I hope those top tips were helpful. Again, for those of you who are familiar with GTD, you may recognize some greatest hits there. For those of you who are new to the methodology, hope that's given you at the very least some food for thought. As always, if there's anything that we can do to be supportive of you on your journey to stress-free productivity, please do let us know. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.